Okay. Oh, cool. Okay. All right. I think it is working. Look at that. Beautiful. Exciting. Okay. Hi, everybody. Happy Giving Tuesday. I'm excited to be here to talk a little bit about the absolutely wonderful program that Children at the Well is. I know there's a lot of really wonderful things going on Giving Tuesday, so we just thought it was a really good time to come on and highlight some of the great things that our program does for the community and some of the great opportunities that it comes with. So, I know a lot of people might know, maybe not know, I started last year working with this program, and it's a opportunity for young people to get to really explore anything they want to explore, which is exciting, and be met with people with really great active listening skills to listen to the stories that they choose to tell. So you join the program, you get to work with some professional storytellers and professional performers, professional public speakers, and we go through a nice long program all the while building a wonderful community. And along the way, students get the opportunity to choose a story that they're really going to focus on for the entirety of the program, and we coach from there. So students are encouraged um, to take stories from their own heritage or from their own personal experiences, from their faith traditions, from their cultural traditions, and really find one that speaks to them so that they really connect with it and get to share it. I've gotten to hear so many stories in the last for the last program that I had never heard of before and got to meet so many wonderful people. So it's a really great opportunity. And my favorite part is the community that the kids built last year was getting to hear them say at the end of the program, I didn't know people were so nice. I didn't know there was such a big storytelling community, or I didn't know, I would get along with all these kinds of different people. But they worked very hard to build a beautiful community. So there's also been a lot of wonderful performance opportunities for the students afterwards. A lot of festivals, the Carrot Festival, Reader's Wardrobe, two of our tellers, two events where our tellers got to go and share the stories that they had worked on. So we have a lot of students returning this year, which is very exciting because I can't wait to see now that they've done, the program once and done a story where they're going to go from here. So also, I think I can see comments. Beautiful. I can see comments. Hello, Paula. I see. When is the program starting up again? You are so lucky. You showed up just in time because the program starts January. So we are right at the time where we're trying to get a few more students to join us. So we'll be Sundays, January 8th through with our final performance on April 2nd. And the program is from 3 o'clock to 5:30 p.m. at the Muslim Community Center for most of the program. And we're looking at finding a wonderful venue for our final performance and dress rehearsal. So we're very excited. Last year I worked on this program and it was all virtual, which was, well, almost all virtual until the very end where we did a one kind of meeting in person. So it's very exciting to actually get to, there's so much more you can do in person, especially with a lot of the community building aspects. So I'm very excited to get to do a bunch of things last year that we were not able to do due to constraints. So I'm excited for all the kids from last year to get to hang out, to meet new students. But if you're looking to join the program or know someone that is looking to join the program, this is a great time to do it. In December, now it's time to start thinking about what you're going to do in the new year. So if you think, oh no, new year, new me, what am I going to do? A great thing to do would be become a storyteller. It's a wonderful resolution to carry you into the new year. So, if anyone has any questions or knows anyone 11 to 16 that might be interested in joining our program, please feel free to reach out. And I would be happy to answer any questions that you have about what happens in the program, what it's like. The coaches and the staff are very responsive and interested in making sure that the program is the best it can possibly be for the students. So, How many students do we think we'll have this year? Well, currently we have 10 students, which is very exciting, which is about the number that we had last year. But both myself and the other story coach are absolutely hoping that we can have close to 16 students. Even numbers would be great, but if not, so we're still definitely looking for a couple more kids to join this program. It is a free program offered to the community, so that's why if you're looking for a Giving Tuesday donation, this is a wonderful thing that you can see actually really involves young people in the community and in the performing arts and in getting to express themselves in a place where people are going to listen. And I've gotten to hear some really wonderful, both cultural, faith based, and personal stories that have been really moving. And to see the kids get to have a space to share that and work on that and hone that and share their stories with more confidence at the end, to be able to get up in front of people and continue to speak their truth and find something that matters to them and have the opportunity to talk about anything that's really matters to them is very exciting because we follow their passion as we go through the program. Yes, and Paula just shared there is a link to donate there. This is a nonprofit program, obviously, so any funds help us with maintenance fees, location fees, story coaches, all sorts of stuff. Advertising is difficult. We really want to make sure we can get this program out there and have it be fully accessible to anyone that it might interest. So, beautiful. I'm trying to think of. I'm personally most excited this year, moving on, getting to do a lot of interactive exercises. I have a big theater background, and then my coaching partner has an incredible spoken word background, and she also did the program a couple of times, so she's super experienced. But we're both experienced in different ways. Also, if you happen to know anyone who you think might be a good guest for the program, we're always looking for other people experienced in the story community to join us and share. The story coaches are going to be myself and Aya Osman. As I mentioned, I'm a big theater person, and Aya Osman is an amazing spoken word artist. So she's gone, like I said, she's gone through the program, but her poetry is really moving, and she uses her voice to speak about things that really matter to her. And it is absolutely wonderful to get to see someone who's honed skills in Children at the Well and then gone on to really use those skills to speak about very important issues and things that matter to them. So I think we are a pretty good team as far as balanced skill levels and ways that we've used our storytelling and speaking skills. So beautiful. Are there any other questions? I've got a few more minutes, and it's just exciting to get to talk about this program that is accessible and wonderful, and I'm gonna have a good time. Do kids need to have theater backgrounds to join? No, absolutely not. This is one of the coolest experiences in this because I work with a lot of, young people with theater backgrounds doing youth theater and, improv and things like that. You don't need a theater background at all for this. You get just as much out of it. Everybody, because it's really about public speaking, confidence, community, learning about other people, learning to listen to other people and find that through differences you can find similarities. So a theater background is not necessary at all. We get a lot of students who are, they just want to work on their confidence, or they want to work on being able to talk in front of people, or they're looking for a community to join. So I think a theater background for me makes it fun because a lot of the times you're telling stories and you might have different characters within those stories. So having access to some theater skills to enhance the characters in your stories, it's one of the many tools in the tool belt, but you can fill your tool belt with whatever tools are going to help you express yourself the best. So you absolutely don't need to have a theater background to benefit from this program or to enjoy this program. I apologize. I have my pets out and they are wondering what is going on. So, yeah, okay, buddy. I've looked up many cultural stories about rats because they often get a bad rap, and there's some wonderful stories about rats. So I'm going to work on one of those to tell this year. All right, what makes storytelling different from theater? One of the wonderful things about Children at the Well that gives so much confidence to our tellers is that when you're telling a story the way that we coach you to tell a story, it's not something you have memorized. So it's not like you're going in and you have a memorized script and you're performing the same script every time with the same inflections. Storytelling, the way we are coaching the students to do it, is in the moment. It's structured. We help you structure it out, know the points you want to hit, but it's not memorized. So, however you're feeling in the moment, if you think, oh, I really want to hit this point more for this audience, or oh, I want to hit this point more with this audience, it's you're totally in control. You know your story like the back of your hand, but you're able to kind of go different places within your story depending on the audience, depending on how you're feeling that day. So, it's super different in that you're totally in control of it and you get to explore that. And I think honestly it's more challenging. As you can tell as I'm speaking extemporaneously, if I had a script I sound great, but I tell you what, the skills that you work on in Children at the Well, in continuing without it being memorized, but telling a cohesive story from beginning to end and making sure that you've built your narrative, you've built your plot, you've made sure that the points that you find the most important are really highlighted. Those skills, the critical thinking skills, are extremely useful. So they're always good exercises. And obviously, we don't, there's not as many costumes, but we do also encourage if students have other things that they're good at, like dancing or singing, to encourage and include that in their storytelling or in our story concerts. Any aspects of what the students love to do, we love to be able to highlight. Yeah, learning how storytelling is different from theater is actually a long journey that I kind of went on last year. Was really seeing that this is about getting getting highlighted in what you're good at, so knowing how you want to tell your story. You might have a student who's a great actress and they really focus on their characters or their character voices in their story, or you might have a student who just has really nice presence and diction and they can hold the space and their body movements are incredible, so you get more physical, more verbal. And the coaching process is really just to try to figure out what what is the best thing we can pull out of this student and really highlight in their performance. I've seen some tellers with just incredible physicality, and I've seen some tellers bring incredible energy, and I've seen some tellers bring really zany characters and characterizations to their stories. And I've seen some tellers who, and I don't think this is something that you can teach, but just tell with such genuine vulnerable sincerity that we as coaches just try to encourage that, because that's also a really beautiful thing. Great. I've got a couple more minutes, just like a 2 or 3 more minutes. If anyone has any more questions or if there's anything else, Paula, that I missed that we should highlight. Wonderful. Yeah, like I said, if anyone does have any additional questions or wants to know, like, what does a day in a Children at the Well class look like, please, by all means, reach out to us, contact us. If you know someone who you think might be interested, or if you know a teacher who might have students who's interested, please let us know. We're very excited to be almost, almost a month away, just about a month away from starting the program. So thank you guys so much. Happy Giving Tuesday, and sorry for the rats. They have to be a part of everything. So have a wonderful night. Thank you, everybody.